Sarah Matthews had always believed that teaching was more than just a profession, it was a calling. Every morning, she stepped into her classroom with a heart full of passion, ready to shape young minds. But nothing could have prepared her for the moment that would change her life forever. It all started when she met Harry, a bright but physically disabled student confined to a wheelchair. Unlike other teachers who saw his condition as a limitation, Sarah saw his potential. She noticed how he struggled to navigate the school hallways, often left behind by his classmates during physical activities. Determined to make a difference, she began helping him in small but meaningful ways, adjusting his desk, ensuring he could participate in classroom activities, and even pushing his wheelchair when no one else would. The bond they formed was one built on trust, hope, and an unspoken promise that she would never let him feel alone. But not everyone saw it that way. The school administration, led by Principal Warren, had strict policies about student-teacher interactions. They believed Sarah was overstepping her boundaries, showing favoritism, and interfering with school regulations. One day, after an intense storm left the schoolyard flooded, Harry found himself stranded on a ramp that was too slippery for his wheelchair. Without hesitation, Sarah ran to him, helping him across despite the rule against physically assisting students. She didn't care about policies, only about ensuring Harry's safety. But someone had been watching. A fellow teacher reported the incident, and soon, she was called into the principal's office. The confrontation was brutal. "Miss Matthews, we have clear rules in place for a reason. Your actions, while well-intentioned, have crossed the line," Principal Warren said coldly. "So, what should I have done? Left him there? Let him struggle alone?" Sarah shot back, her voice shaking with frustration. "Rules are meant to protect students, not abandon them." But her words fell on deaf ears. The next day, a letter of termination landed on her desk. "Fired, for helping a child in need." The news spread quickly. Harry, devastated, begged the school to reconsider, but the decision had been made. Sarah packed her belongings in silence, running her fingers over the drawings her students had given her, the books she had carefully chosen, the memories of laughter and learning that now felt like a distant dream. As she walked out of the school for the last time, tears blurred her vision. She had given her heart to this job, only to have it ripped away. She felt lost, betrayed by the very system she had dedicated her life to. But just as she was about to leave, her phone rang. A number she didn't recognize. "Hello," she answered hesitantly. A warm, reassuring voice spoke on the other end. "Miss Matthews, my name is Evelyn Carter. I run a private academy for special education students. I heard about what happened, and I believe your kindness deserves a better place. Would you be interested in joining us?" Sarah's breath caught in her throat. Was this real? Could this be the second chance she never expected? Sarah could hardly believe what she had just heard. After everything she had been through, the humiliation, the heartbreak, the feeling of being discarded, someone was offering her not just another job but a place where her compassion was valued. She took a deep breath and replied, "I'd love to hear more." That night, she met Evelyn Carter at the academy, a beautiful facility filled with warmth and acceptance. The moment she stepped inside, she could feel the difference. The walls were adorned with colorful artwork, and the sound of laughter echoed through the hallways. Here, students weren't just numbers or obligations, they were seen, heard, and supported. Evelyn led her to a classroom where a group of children sat in a circle, engaged in activities designed to meet their individual needs. "We need teachers like you, Sarah," Evelyn said with a smile. "Teachers who see beyond disabilities, who understand that every child deserves a champion." Tears welled in Sarah's eyes. For the first time since she lost her job, she felt something she thought was gone, hope. Without hesitation, she accepted the offer. On her first day at the academy, she was nervous but excited. The students welcomed her with open arms, their smiles washing away the pain of the past. Harry, who had been devastated by her firing, was overjoyed when he heard the news. His parents reached out, thanking her for being the kind of teacher who truly cared. "You didn't just help my son," his mother said, voice trembling with emotion. "You changed his life." As weeks passed, Sarah thrived in her new role. She helped students discover their strengths, encouraged them to believe in themselves, and proved that kindness was not a weakness but a superpower. One afternoon, as she was guiding a young girl through an art project, she heard a familiar voice behind her. "Miss Matthews." She turned to see Principal Warren standing at the door, looking uncomfortable and out of place. "What are you doing here?" She asked, still carrying the weight of their last conversation. I wanted to apologize, he admitted, shifting uncomfortably. I was wrong. After you left, the school received backlash from parents, students, even staff members. Your kindness made an impact, and we failed to see it. I came to offer you your job back. For a moment, Sarah was speechless. The very people who discarded her now wanted her back. She could see the regret in his eyes, but she also knew her answer. I appreciate it, she said gently, but I've found where I truly belong. She turned back to her students, her heart full. The academy was her home now, a place where kindness was celebrated, not punished. And as she watched her students laughing and learning, she realized something powerful. Doing the right thing had cost her everything, but in the end, it had given her so much more.